Hi, this is Chloe here at Inner Whispers. Today I wanted to share with you a tarot spell that I've created for myself to do with comfort eating, because I think this is something that a lot of people sometimes struggle with. So I thought I'd share here my own process and hope that that might help some people devise something of their own perhaps. The last couple of weeks I've been feeling quite stressed. It's been a very busy time and my eating has suffered somewhat for it. So I wondered which card I should use to represent that kind of feeling of giving into temptation, of not sticking to the limits that I feel are healthy. And the first card that I chose for that is the Devil. This is a card that I've often associated with overeating. It's that giving into temptation, and it really is our own inner demons that make us do it. However, for this spell, I wanted to explore a little bit further to see, well, what lies behind that? And what came up for me in this particular instance was the Five of Pentacles. So it's because I've been feeling stressed, overwhelmed, under a lot of pressure physically, as well as to do with time constraints and so forth, so a lot of practical things, that I then feel like I deserve a treat, I deserve a break at the end of the day, and that ends up meaning eating perhaps more than I would like and not eating as healthily as I would like. So it's a little bit counterproductive really. So I decided to brainstorm a little bit around what would help me with this, what could be some effective goals to make changes here, and how would that look. The first thing that I came up with is the Ten of Wands reversed, so actually doing a little bit less, learning to say no to things, laying down some of the burdens, so not overstressing myself quite literally, like if there are some things that I can say no to, then I need to make that a priority. Another is the idea of the wish card, the Nine of Cups, doing some things that I really enjoy, but that don't necessarily have to do with food. So finding some other different ways to treat myself, to give myself a little bit of pampering, and to see if that helps then not to want so much to do that with food. And finally, I thought that it would be quite important to try a few new things. Part of the problem with the Devil is getting set in your ways, getting stuck in particular patterns and behaviours. And so I need a little bit of the Fool energy to find a different way of doing things, to bring some new elements into this. And I have brainstormed around this and found a couple of action points for things that I'm going to give a go to try and make change and make a break in this pattern. And overall, the energy that I feel is necessary to help me get from the one side, the Devil and the Five of Pentacles, to that other side of the Ten of Wands reversed and the Nine of Cups and the Fool, is the Ace of Cups. So I need to bring compassion, some forgiveness, self-love to this. If I do it with a "you're being a naughty devil," then that's really not going to be very helpful. I need to find a joyful, loving way in which to do it. So that's a little description of the spell. I'll show you the completed spell on my altar. So here is how I've laid out the spell on my altar, with elemental objects to support me in this procedure. And as I say, I've also brainstormed on what things I can say no to, what other ways I can find of doing something nice for myself, and what new approaches I could try in the next week or two to see whether I can make a break in this pattern and feel a bit less stressed, all from a position of caring and self-love. So this is the kind of process that I go through for myself or with other people when setting up a spell for something like comfort eating. I really hope that you might give this a try. It can be a very powerful technique bringing up new ideas, new ways of doing things, and hopefully helping to make a big change. If you'd like some help with that, I offer group coaching, one-to-one coaching, and I'm also running some webinars on tarot magic for healthy eating. Click on the URL at the bottom of the screen to find out more about that and find out when the next one is coming up. Blessed be.